Happy Thor's Day. It's election day, an important day. And I want to talk about our thunder god as the Defender of Midgard and what that means. In my previous video talking about Thor, I was talking about his parentage, and that establishes his connection to Midgard in that it was created by his father, that his mother is the earth, the spirit of the earth, the spirit of nature, the essence of life almost. And that humanity is very much gifted above other life forms on Midgard with free thought, will, purpose of self-governance by Odin. And, it's about discussing defending Midgard and how that may be viewed by a common perception and a more deep and thoughtful conception of what it is to defend Midgard and not just defend humanity. We need to take into account as well that Mjolnir is, people wear it for Thor's protection, as a petition to request his protection. However, many also believe that it represents the heartbeat, life, And again, I want to reiterate that there are many things beyond just humanity that are alive on this planet. We can, the earth itself, Jord, may not have a heartbeat, but it's certainly something that is living. And this crosses into animistic and spiritual complexities. I'm going to try and keep things simple, so that's something for, another conversation. The point really is only human arrogance can assume that we have sole priority on this planet and that our thunder god is here to protect us and nothing else. That's incredibly arrogant. And this leads to sort of, if you allow your mind to open a bit, if Thor is the defender of Midgard and the defender of life, then that means all life. The animals, they all have heartbeats. Something like an octopus apparently has 3 hearts. So are they super special to the thunder god? And I think it's more simple than that. The fact of the matter is we should be in balance with all the life around us, because that is what Thor himself is defending. He is the defender of life. What must he think of humanity? We have these gifts. We are a part of, his duty to defend life, to protect Midgard. And yet, no other species is more responsible for the damage that is, being caused on Midgard. It's not enough that we wage war with each other. You know, it's, you know, the things that we are doing to the planet, to the environment. And if you are sworn to defend, you know, all life, at what point does, you know, the thunder god go, what more can I do? You know, thunder, storms, the storm, you know, it's all part and parcel of what we're getting reported as climate change. And, you know, it's bringing devastation to humanity. You know, for the most part, nature as a wider perspective is probably just going to go, it's restoring natural order in a way. And still, humanity is not thinking straight on this. That we've got to harmonise with nature better. Not just for our own sakes, but for the sakes of those around us, the other life around us. And for me, this is what it means to be, you know, a defender of Midgard. It's the responsibility we have to ourselves and to, you know, the ruling powers in particular. You know, let's make things simpler for Thor, because what pain must it cause him to be, you know, devoted to protecting something that doesn't want to protect itself, or wants to relinquish all responsibility, all the gifts we have been given, and to be damaging so many other aspects of things that Thor is, you know, dedicated to protecting also. When do you look into the sandbox and go, that is the cause of so much harm to this, and I'm sworn to protect it all. If you continue to do this, I'm going to give you the warnings, I'm going to give you the warnings, I'm going to give you the warnings. I've got to do something. You know, if the rest of the sandbox starts to create things that inhibit and cause a decline in this problem, that's a natural cycle. And I find increasingly the most important aspect to try and strive towards is balance. I am an activist. Chris Backham said so. I'm not saying, you know, extreme action, shut everything down, let nature walk all over us. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not going to stop or defeat nature. That shouldn't even be the question. It's more a case of we have to harmonise. We have to find the good balance that allows existence for all. These are the things that are really important. there are things we need and we are destroying them. And, the storms that come down are only going to hide our own self-pity and tears as we realise we are responsible for destroying ourselves. And that we were given these gifts and we absolutely wasted them. And that will be tragic. Because if we take our responsibilities serious and, support the idea that we look after, Midgard, we look after the planet, we look after each other, we stand against what is wrong and what is evil, then we align ourselves and we make the defense of Midgard that much easier and better. And things that we need to stop doing, it doesn't mean we lose things, we just moderate them. There are certain things where, health inflicts restrictions upon you. Diabetes is a simple one to refer to. Or, something like mead, I've had my time indulging in mead. I still will. But I also recognise and will quite often say that mead doesn't love me as much as I love mead. And like with diabetes, it's like you like sweet things, but you reach a point where sweet things do not like you. And the follow-on from that is you then have to control or severely restrict those things because it's no longer good for you. You've, potentially you have abused the good things so much that your body can't handle that anymore, and it breaks down. You can't have that thing anymore. When, in truth, if you are more sensible, you should be able to live a life where you enjoy these things, but not to excess. Equally, I don't think man is meant to eat just plant life. We are meat eaters, and meat is good for us. Again, let's strive for a point where that's in balance rather than excess, because the important goal should be balance. Not worrying about what other people are doing. Worry about settling for what is right and balanced for you. It's one of those observations I've made for a long time now, that it seems people put their happiness by comparison to what other people are doing. And it seems if you do that, you're not focused on what makes you happy, how you are living your life, because you are judging it by others. And that's not why we have the gifts we have. It's to find your path. And that does mean you don't have to agree with me. That is almost like the tragic sadness of society today, as we're so missing the point. However, ultimately, we will be the engineers of our own destruction, because we have free will and we choose not to be as introspective of what is good for us as perhaps we should. And that is a part of free will. It is, ultimately, if you want to car crash into destruction, then you can choose to do that. And all nature will do is look on and go, that was sad, because humanity could have achieved so much more, but it chose self-destruction. And that will be letting Thor down as the Defender of Midgard, because at some point there'll be the conclusion, humanity is doing this to itself and I can't protect itself from itself. I can give warning signs, advice, but if humanity doesn't choose to listen, I think in closing, to go back to reference in my intro, it is election day today in the UK, and it's important to me, and I would say you vote how you choose to vote. That is your choice, that is your free will, that is the gift of Odin, to have free will. For me, I am driven by the fact I want to support nature. I want to support the defense of Midgard. I want to support Thor, the god of thunder, and I'll be voting green. And what turned me to that is not just, my convictions to be an activist and to march with Restore Nature Now, and that it's also, politics matters. We've got to get involved, and the Green Party, they're not going to win the election. If we can empower them enough that it looks like Labour are going to win, if there is green representation, they can have a voice that influences the Labour Party, and we move into a better phase of living, not just for humanity, but for nature as well. And we make, the powers that be, the ruling powers, will maybe look down on us, look at us and go, they're making the right efforts, they're choosing the right things with their free will. There is hope. They're grabbing the steering wheel with both hands rather than letting go and letting the vehicle go in whatever direction it's going to go, which, is going to lead to a car crash, a crash of some sort, destruction. Defend Midgard. Do what's right. Don't wait for a hero to save you. Be the hero that you're waiting for. We are our deeds, and our deeds are known. And now more than ever, it's more important to grasp that, to be that, and to make a difference, even if it's 20 people watching a video being inspired or not. If it's one person inspired, or you know, many people being inspired, inspire and see the numbers build, make a difference. Thank you very much for listening. Do take care. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.